Good morning. I was going to make a video yesterday talking about parenting and some of the patterns and beliefs that we have and how things have changed over the last year and a half. But we had baseball for most of the day, so that didn't happen. But what's interesting is the topic that I was going to talk about, which will be in another video, not this one, was coming up in some form or fashion with the moms at the baseball game yesterday. And it was interesting for me on several levels. One, to know that I'm not the only parent out there questioning how we've been raising our children, how the world has programmed us to be a certain way, think a certain way, demand that our children be a certain way, or encourage them to be a certain way, whatever it is that we've been programmed and bought into. And also looking at how it's changed. Looking at the difference between my oldest and my twins, who are a bit younger than him. Looking at how, as parents, how their father parents or co-parents, what he believes versus what I believe. And a lot of the moms and couples are having these conversations, and we're noticing a lot of very similar things around this. So it also made me look at what we're tapping into as a collective, because as more and more people awaken and start to question all of these things, we're starting to see these similar thoughts, conversations come up all around us. And the conversations I was having yesterday, some of it was about videos that I already made this week about the beliefs that we have, the patterns that we have, whether it's as a parent or in society or just our family, how our family was shaped. And along the same lines of the topic I was going to talk about in the video. And I have another video that I want to create around family and patterns and generations, especially looking at our grandparents and great-grandparents. And all of these topics were coming up yesterday. So if you're paying attention, you can see that we are all definitely tapped in to this one consciousness, the collective. And that can be a good thing, or it can be kind of a sad, destructive, negative, whatever label you want to put on it thing. Yesterday, as these different conversations were also happening, there was also a feeling of collective, almost like the ball was going to drop. Something terrible is going to happen. The energy on the planet, in the collective, all of the sphere was so deep, you could almost touch it and hold it in your hand. And several people that I spoke to in the morning yesterday were feeling the same way. When we start to feel that, we have a choice. We can play in that and feel gross and destructive and just pick up everybody's stuff that isn't ours and have a horrible day, or we can choose to unplug from it. My invitation to you would be to unplug from it. Send back everybody's energy to them, pull your energy back to you, and then sit with, okay, what's really mine? If I'm picking up that there's this great anxiety in the world about food shortages, we'll say, is that really mine, or is that just what's being spread out among the collective? Or is that really happening in certain places? Because I think in certain places it is. So are we tapping into that? Do we need to tap into that? Do we need to pay attention to that for where we live? A lot of us are also picking up the fear and anxiety around people who are giving up. They've lost hope. They're ready to go. And we're taking that on as ours, and we're having these different thoughts like, I don't want to be here anymore. This planet sucks, whatever it is. And really, is that yours? You can unplug from the collective and send it all back. And then look at what's really yours. Because really, we're here to be of service. We're here to be a love energy. We're not here to live fully in our egos and need to be right and be destructive and damaging all the time. That is not what we're actually here for. So I invite you today, as you are out and about in the world, to look at the conversations you're having, look at the beliefs, look at the things that are coming up in your mind, and ask, really, is this mine? Is this someone else's? Do I need to send this back to the collective? Do I need to sit with it and move through it because it is mine? Notice the conversations you're having with people. Are they echoing things that you're thinking about? And I can tell you there's a lot of parents that I'm in touch with and that I'm seeing on social media who are saying, you know what, we're not going to put up with the way it's been anymore. And they are starting to form peaceful groups. They're starting to fight back. They're starting to stand up for a new way to be and live in this world as parents, as people, as maybe children themselves of parents who just are still maybe stuck. So there's a lot changing on the planet. But no matter what, we're all connected. So again, I invite you just to sit with today, what is coming up for you? Is it yours? Is it not? What conversations are you having? How are those conversations contributing to your soul growth? Because they've really given me a lot to think about. And actually, one of my friends sent me a message this morning, and she was talking about culture in a country in Europe and different beliefs that they have and different beliefs they've been programmed with, and how you just can't be a certain way if you live there or if you move there. And it really got me thinking on several different topics and really brought up some other stuff for me that I'm going to talk about in videos soon, and also in some of my upcoming classes where we look at some of the trauma that we carry with us on a personal, historical, cultural, collective level. So those are my thoughts for this morning. If they resonate with you, if you are experiencing similar things, I'd love to hear from you. Share what you're going through, what's coming up for you, because we'll all learn from that. And who knows, you might have just the words that somebody else needs to hear today, so that they know that they are not alone, moving through this incredibly chaotic, but also beautiful time of destruction and rebirth. So I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.